Analysis. In the wake of the Optus cyberattack, which saw around 10 million people's personal data exposed, there has been a lot of talk about the risks of identity fraud, a cybercrime that costs Australia at least $10 million a year, and likely much more. With hyper-personal information exposed, such as your date of birth, address and identity documents such as license or passport info, there is a risk that cybercriminals will use your information to apply for credit on your behalf without your knowledge. Should they find an institution willing to offer credit, they will quickly spend it, then default on the loan, putting a black mark against your name which you won't know about until you next need credit yourself. Optus data leak. What do I do if my details have been hacked? In the case of Optus' most affected customers, the Australian Federal Police and state law enforcement are working together on Operation Guardian to assist with protecting the identity of those customers. But the question we should all ask is, why can't we control our own identity? First and foremost, we can, by restricting how and where we share that. But as the Optus breach has proven, can we trust any organization? With the Albanese government and its ministers calling for action from Optus, there's never been a better time to look at processes within government which in themselves would serve to protect the identity of all Australians. Read more. The 4 scams Optus customers need to watch out for. Imagine for a moment every citizen over 18 years of age has an on-off switch within MyGov or another secure online portal, which controls whether or not an application for credit should be considered, let alone approved. By default it would be off. When you work with a bank or broker on looking to apply for a home loan, you would be reminded to switch it on so an application to check your credit history and place new records on your credit file would be allowed. Once approved for that loan, credit card, or whatever form of credit it is, you log back in and switch it off again. From that point, any scammer trying to steal your identity and apply for credit would be flat out rejected, and most likely monitored and flagged. Read more. Perth man claims to find part of syringe in can of peaches. Of course, it would be more complex than that, with organizations you currently have finance with able to place black marks against your credit history, but in the pure application process, why not give the power to the individual? The fact that we need to sign up for and pay for an identity monitoring service to find out what's happening on our credit record is proof that we need to find a better way. In reality, it's quite simple. Give us all an on-off switch for the use of our identity to apply for credit. This would go a huge way to solving the problem of identity fraud in Australia, and be a world-leading deterrent for scammers.